We desperately needed a win. I'm happy that we won. I was just happy with our mentality. I thought we played the right way. I thought we played hard. I thought we did what we were supposed to do. Give them a lot of credit. We knew this would be, a game for them that they would be excited to play in, and they were. And they got off to a great start. And then we were able, as the game went on, to use our athleticism, length, physicality to kind of force them to take some harder shots, and they kind of went cold after that. But give them credit because they came in here ready to play like we knew they would.
All right, Jordan.
Jordan Latterback News. What can you learn from a game like tonight when you're struggling, but you're playing a team that's down a couple divisions from you? What are you looking for coming in?
Well, for us, we were looking for two things. First off was taking care of the ball. We've had a real turnover problem. We played Rhode Island, which is Atlantic 10 length, Atlantic 10 speed, Atlantic 10 athletes. We had 7 turnovers in the ball game. After that, we have averaged 20 in the 3 games after it. And at Rhode Island, we had a chance to win with 3 minutes, and we had 0 chance to win the 3 games after that with 3 minutes. So for me, number one was valuing the basketball, which we've talked a lot about, but you got to go execute it. So that was number one for me, and I thought we did a good job. Number two, I just thought we were more engaged. I thought we were talking better. I thought we competed better. Listen, anytime you play, we played a non-Division I team a few weeks ago, and we were up 6 or 4, maybe even. It was 4 or 6 with 17 minutes to go. This game was not in doubt, in the second half, really, at any point. So I thought it was growth for us. I was happy with the way we played. And do we need to play better on Saturday against Yale? Yeah, we'll need to play a lot better. But we've got some funky lineups out there that we haven't played. We don't have a rotation right now, really. So, we just got to figure it out. And guys are being asked to do things that they've not been asked to do before. I mean, we have career highs in threes and points and all this stuff. Like Kane Roberts played 38 minutes at point guard tonight. Tyler at one point wanted to, a sub, and we called a 30-second timeout to try to give him a little breather. So we're asking guys to extend and do a little more in terms of minutes, and to concentrate while you're doing that is really hard. And so to me, those were the positives that I took from it.
What did you say to them? You call a timeout about 6 minutes to go in the first half. They go on their run. You look like you came out of that timeout a completely different team. Kind of what reset?
Well, I think we just challenged them a little bit, and we tried to challenge them before the game. It's hard to prepare when you're playing someone that, their whole roster is local guys. That a lot of them came to our camp when they were kids. Some of their dads coach in Suffolk County, so this is a huge game for them, and we were glad they came. I mean, I knew they'd play really hard, and they did exactly what we thought they would do. They gave us some problems early, which was good for us. We probably needed a little adversity. That timeout, we just talked about trying to refocus, and I thought we weren't getting the inside-out threes that we had kind of got early. I think we kind of felt like offense was going to be a little easier, and so we were trying to just talk about really refocusing and being a little more committed to play it inside out.
Tyler, where does this team go next? You struggled a little bit. You have a good game tonight. Kind of what's the next jumping off point? Did you guys kind of figure anything out tonight? Coach mentioned the turnovers. Where do you think this team goes from here?
I feel like we just have to be way better. We have a tough matchup on Saturday that we all know about, so we just have to stay consistent. This game was kind of a get your edge back, get your flow back, hit your shots, and just be prepared. So,
what is what goes through your head when they're making that run, and you know that they're going to play hard, but maybe you don't expect that? Was that, even though I'm sure it came up in meetings before, was that a shock to you that they played so well for most of the first half, and how do you think you guys kind of responded to that?
Honestly, their shooters were hitting their shots. To be honest, they hit some tough twos in my opinion, but from watching the film, that's just the shots that they hit. And I think our defense just wasn't that good at all. So we just had to turn up our defense, and that's what caused them to miss multiple shots.
Kenny Sparella, Statesman. Congratulations on the win, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
appreciative.
Probably feels good to win a game considering your guys' last win was the last time you were here almost 3 weeks ago. How do you feel about your team's performance tonight?
Well, coming into tonight, Division One. That's a misstatement. Last week, I haven't seen the numbers as of tonight, but as of last week, home teams in Division One basketball had won 86% of the games that were home. We've been on the road 5 in a row. It's not like we've been home getting beat. It's that number will come down as some of the programs that are buying home games. You don't buy league games, so that number will shift a little bit. But home teams have been dominant early in the year, and we've played some good teams on the road, and we haven't played well. And we set up our schedule. You make decisions at the time that you have with the information in front of you. If you look, we played 2 intentional road trips where we played day off played because that's what the CAA requires. Had we known numbers-wise with available bodies was going to be what it was, we would have had normal break time in between. And so, we did it. It really backfired. I mean, we were exhausted the second game of both those trips and didn't have good legs in the second half. We were leading Brown at halftime. We ran out of gas in the second half. The other game with with Eastern Washington, we're down 12 with 7 minutes to go, and the last 7 minutes was just a whitewash. So, I think that we're getting better. Some individual guys are getting better. The team we've changed our offense because of just the structure of who we're playing and what positions from what we were doing in the preseason. I think guys have adjusted pretty well, all things considered, and obviously I'm excited that we shot it so well tonight. So a lot of good things, from tonight for us, and then we'll just, turn a page and try to get ready for Saturday here pretty quickly.
And it's clear that the injury bug isn't going away. No Toby tonight. Is there any updates on him?
He's going to be out a while. Unfortunately, suffered a broken nose in practice. And of all the injuries we've had, they've all been lengthy ones. Sometimes guy out for a game, back. All of ours have been multiple week issues, and we're not expecting him back for a while. Hopefully, quickly, but it's going to be weeks. So we just have to move forward.
And you only had 8 guys suit up tonight, so you've had to call on some guys that might not have been on the radar early in the season. Have you been satisfied with the play of your reserves?
Listen, they're trying really hard. I think that effort has been really good. I think effort's been good, and that's something you're always looking for. Do we, need some more tangibles? Yes, we need more tangibles. We need better screening. We need better. We need a couple, assists. We need a rebound. We need some of those kind of things that those guys are going to need to give us. And you can always say it's easy as an athlete. You always you want to play and you're hoping for your opportunity. Well, there's a lot of guys that are getting some opportunity right now, and you've got to capitalize on it. And we need you to perform because the games keep coming. Nobody feels bad for you with the injuries. And I've said this to our guys. I mean, and I think that these 2 guys have just been awesome leaders for us. They've really battled through stuff and had the right attitude. But never in your life something happens to you, or a couple things, or 3 things in our case, or 4 things bad, and you pout, and then wow, the pouting really made your life better. Pouting never makes your life better. It just piles on. You feel worse, and it gets harder. So we've really tried to be about the next day, the next practice, the next workout, the next whatever. And I think, we've had the right mentality. We haven't had the results that we wanted, and I'm not really super concerned with results because let's be honest, at this point, we got to get ready for conference. And I want to win, and we need to win every game we play. But if we can have the right mentality, the wins will take care of themselves. And I think these guys have really done a good job setting the tone with that for several weeks, not just because they got some stats tonight.
And not a very threatening opponent tonight, but things still got a little scary in the first half. Up by as much as 9 with 13 minutes left. They went on a 17-4 run. Was there anything that you saw during that run or in the game as a whole that you're going to need to work on?
Yeah, I think defensively we got to get better. But, you know, to your point, like if you follow it, like there are all kinds of non-Division I teams that win these games. You know, Louisville plays Lenoir-Rhyne, and Louisville, and I read it to our guys. Go look at Louisville's roster. Top 10 player in the country, top 10 player in the country, top 40 player in the country, JUCO National Player of the Year, top 20 player, every single guy. I mean, they had 10 guys minimum that were top 50, top 60 players in the country on their roster, and they got beat at home to a non-Division I team. So while I believe that we have a lot of talent here, every opponent's scary. So I hear you, but I mean, you got to take everybody serious, because when you don't, that's when you get embarrassed. But I think defensively we've got to solve some things that are really hard for us right now. We don't have a ton of speed. We're big, but we don't have a ton of speed. A lot of our speed is, down by Elizabeth Zanoli, our trainer. So when you don't have a ton of speed out there, guys have to gap on the perimeter a little bit. And when you're playing teams that have a lot of shooting and you gap and they get hot, it's hard to make a lot of adjustments, because we don't have the defensive style that we've had in years past where we could just pressure you so hard into turnovers. We don't get a ton of steals. We don't force a ton of turnovers. And so we've got to win other ways. And some of it is we got to win with offense. And tonight we shot it great, and hopefully that can continue on Saturday.
And one more for Coach. I'm going to keep asking. Is there any updates on Aaron Corey?
No, I mean, listen, I wish I did. I mean, all I'll tell you is he's not back, and he hasn't practiced. So, hopefully he can get back. He's working hard and doing some things, but he's not been involved, but part of our practice.
And Frankie, new career high for you. Very good game, 22, 10, 4 assists and 3 steals. We're also plus 45. How does that? How do you feel about your play individually tonight?
I don't know. It just felt good just to hit some shots and just win. I mean, that was just enjoying the moment. I was just playing basketball, just trying to have fun with it, and it kind of just everything just fell in place like that.
And Tyler, also a new career high, and highlight windmill dunk in the first half. Is that something that you've done in a game before, in high school or anything?
I don't think I've ever windmilled in high school. just 1 foot dunks, never a windmill. Never got to showcase anybody that, but it was good to get that off today. Definitely good.
And how do you feel about your performance tonight, being able to get a career high?
It was solid. It was solid. It was good to see some shots go in as well, and just be prepared. Keep it consistent against Yale. Keep it consistent for the remaining of the year. So it was just good to see some shots go in.
That's all I have. Thanks.
Perfect. All right, thanks. Travel safe going home.